and welcome to Nerdgoblinart. I'm Lula. Now, it's my first Christmassy stroke wintry type make today. It's a snowman jar. I want to paint, I say paint, you know what I mean. Mica powder, mica powder. Oh my goodness, I've already started. Onto the mold. But I got out the blue, and then as I was looking at it, I was like, I want to do red. So I've pulled out Purplish Red by Let's Resin. And so I'm going to be brushing this onto his hat and his scarf, and I'm going to be avoiding as much as I can. I will have to do cleanup as well. Like there's a fluffy, you know, like the fluffy bit, the ball at the end of the hat and around the rim of it as well, including the hat too. And I will be using Tangerine on his nose. So I'm going to play you some music whilst I do those bits and pieces. You will see me stop from time to time, and it's just to do exactly what I'm doing here. It's just using a wipe and even switching to cotton buds and such to get the bits off clean that I don't want mica powder touching.
November nights are colder here. Darkness wraps the evening tight. We'd rather stay inside, my dear. Watch the leaves dance in moonlight. Sweaters thick and blankets soft. Cups of cocoa in our hands. Windows foggy, breathing off. Dreaming of those warm beach sands. November brings its silent chill, but with you near, my heart's aglow. We watch the world from our windowsill, loving you more than you know. Movies play in figure eight, popcorn tossed on cozy laps. In your arms it's all so great. No need for winter's cruel traps. Snowflakes start to kiss the ground, a frozen wonderland we see. Quiet whispers all around, memories in our tapestry. November brings its silent chill, but with you near, my heart's aglow. We watch the world from our windowsill, loving you more than you know. Movies playing figure eight, popcorn tossed on cozy laps. In your arms, it's all so great. No need for winter's cruel traps. Snowflakes start to kiss the ground, a frozen wonderland we see. In your arms, it's all so great. No need for winter's cruel traps. November brings its silent chill, but with you near, my heart's aglow. We watch the world from our windowsill, loving you more than you know.
So on the rim of the snowman's hat and on the bauble, I'm using seashell. Reason being, it gives a slightly different colour to the white micro powder, which I'm going to be filling with the resin part. I'm also adding it on the end of the tassel parts of the scarf that's on the main body, well, on the actual jar and not on the lid, because this is the jar bit, that's the lid bit. I'm also adding a little bit more of the purplish red because it's part of that there. And obviously when you put these back, you are going to dislodge some of the powder, so just have a look around and use a wipe where need be to take it away from the places you don't want that red to be. So that's what I'm doing. I'm having a good look, so sorry if it's slightly off camera. So there, and that colour is just on the outside, it's not actually on the inside. So I'm going to be getting, yeah, I'm just varnishing. I noticed that I must have managed to dislodge some as well. And if you saw, I put tangerine in his nose, in his carrot nose. We will do the eyes and buttons once the snowman is cured. I just figured that it would probably make life a lot easier to do it that way. There we go. And having a final look-see and just to make sure it's nice. And there's no powders where I don't want there to be. And there we go. Gloves next. So, I'm using Apex resin from Just For You Online UK. Fantastic resin. It's really good at debubbling itself. I've already used my mixer on this, and I'm just giving it the cursory stir around the sides and making sure the bottom is done as well. So I've got white mica powder from Let's Resin, which I'm stirring in, and obviously this is 8 ounces. This is a full cup, really. I don't tend to use my Let's Resin mixer for anything 8 fluid ounces and under, because it just introduces hundreds and hundreds of bubbles. I only ever use the big mixer for anything, for 8 and above. But what I didn't realise was that this snowman, he probably takes 10. I mixed up the 8, and then I have to mix up another 2 to finish him off. So, and when you're mixing up your whites, blacks, or whatever, check to see if you're happy with the amount, the thickness, the opacity and such as that. So, and obviously I'm not stirring this fast. This is on speed up. So I picked this up. This is Diamond Frost. Never used it before. It's hard in the UK to get hold of what a lot of I think even the Australians and the Americans call crushed crystal. Not managed to find what it looks like, or you guys, and one of my friends on Discord said that it's sometimes known by different names, and this was one of the names, so I ordered a small one, so I'll see what it's like. I didn't want to put massive amounts in. There we go. And at this point I spotted that there's a glove. There's a snowman glove, which I hadn't painted, and I was like, no, do you know what, I'm not going to go back in there now. I'm at this point. So I'm pouring from slightly on high, just to help with dispensing any bubbles. But as I say, this resin is really, really good for debubbling itself. I chose not to use my debubbler today because I'm still having issues with it. It just really isn't doing what it should do. So the usual, not filling it right the way up to the top at first, so I could give it a little bit of a tap and a jiggle, spray it with isopropyl alcohol, and using my heat gun as well. So yeah, and I remembered at this point to actually I forgot on my last jar I've done previously, to get my, to get the stick right down in the bottom to try and encourage any bubbles to come up. So the jar is full. I'm not gonna show you putting in the extra, like, it's not even 2, I think it's about 1 fluid ounce that I needed to put in the lid. So I won't be showing you, filming that and showing you. You don't need to see that bit. But, keep an eye on it, give it some isopropyl alcohol. And now the waiting game. But we don't want to wait, do we? No, don't want to be doing none of that waiting. So, time to unmold. This is also the first time I've ever used this mould. It's my first Christmas with resin, actually. So yeah, I've got to start building a bit of a stock. Making sure you put your, bits and pieces back the way they need to be. There we go. Not bad, not bad. And again, dotting tool to help me get in there. There we go. And did you see? Did you see? Somebody once said you cannot say bubbles in an angry way. They did not meet a resin artist. Bubbles. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. Yes, there's a huge bubble under the scarf bit, but we'll fix that. And there's little tiny micro bubbles, but I don't care because I made it and I love it. It's awesome. So I'm using a black Posca pen. These are acrylic based pens. Oh, and he's got a face. Isn't that fab? I did start to use it on this particular nib size on the coal, but I realised it was going to take me forever, so I just switched up to a larger nib Posca. Let's go all around there like that. Fabulous. And I will be using some UV resin to coat these with, which I'll show you in a few moments. I just thought I would like to thank my subscribers, my members. Thank you for the stickers and for the coffees. I really, really appreciate it. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. And if you're not a subscriber, it is absolutely free. Help me out. Subscribe. Be my friend. But hey, doesn't he look awesome? I think it's really, really cute. Really lovely little jar. And I got this off Etsy, actually. And it may be getting, a funny time of the year for you now to order stuff like this from Etsy, but not Etsy. What am I talking about? Etsy. Temu. Oh my goodness. Can we tell it's nearly bedtime for Lou? I just wondered as well if, and it would, this little candle that I've put in there isn't a very strong one, but I think this would even look nice with, like a roll of like the small fairy lights. It'd look really pretty sitting on a shelf. And that's probably what I will do with this guy, because I really like him. I will make another. I'll probably make another, a few more of him to go on my website and go in the shop. But this one is mine. Yes, I do like to keep some things. So I've just put a little blob of my UV resin. That's J. Diction UV resin onto my silicone mat and used my dotting tool. The eyes were just too small to go directly from the bottle. So needed more control. So this is easier. So, if you do have a mold like this or anything similar, it's the better thing to do than trying to making a mess, really. So, yeah. and using my UV torch. And this guy, after the video was done, he went under my lamp as well for about 5 minutes, just to make sure that he's nice and cured and there's no stickiness, because we don't like stickiness. And it's as simple as that, just going over his little buttons. My buttons? They're cool. Oh my, ugh. Oh, me, oh my, oh my, oh me. So just a few moments with that. And I always check it. There, and it looks more the pattern. Now look at the size of that. I'm kicking myself really, because you know, when I think about it, you know, when I was giving things a little jiggle and, you know, sweeping my my dotting tool and such around, I realised afterwards I didn't give a squeeze, and I usually do. I usually give those points like that a little bit of a squeeze. And I was really frustrated with myself. And there's a smaller one by there, but you know, it's not bad, not bad. I had a terrible time. I don't know if any of you got them, those mushroom jars, toadstool jars. Oh, I had a heck of a time with those lids, and I've tried and tried, but this isn't too bad. It's just one huge one and one tiny little one, which isn't terrible, not at all. So I filled that in. I could have as well, I could have used some, I could have got hold of the mica powder that I used originally and put it on there. But honestly, I don't see the point. It's underneath, it's the upside down bit, you know, and this is for me. If I was making it for my website or for going in my shop space, I would definitely have coloured it, but it's all good. I'm fine. And there we go. I think he is fab. And I'm quite happy to do a few more with different colour hats and scarves as well. I hope you enjoyed watching. Love you and stay weird.
In a room full of colours and swirls, Nerd Goblin Art draws a magic world, with foxes that prance and badgers that dance, a whirlwind of dreams with a single glance. Gerald the alligator grins so wide, in enchanted waters he loves to hide. Dragons breathe wonder with flames so bright, each creature born from a